50 questions. 40 is the score to beat. Comment yours at the end. Question 1. Which organ pumps blood around the body? Heart. Question 2. What organ lets you breathe in oxygen? Lungs. Question 3. How many bones does an adult human have? (206). Question 4. What is the body's largest organ? Skin. Question 5. Which organ filters blood to make urine? Kidneys. Question 6. What red pigment carries oxygen in blood? Hemoglobin. Question 7. Which part of the body controls thought? Brain. Question 8. Which muscle can bite with the greatest force? Jaw muscle. Question 9. Which liquid helps digest food in the mouth? Saliva. Question 10. What connects muscles to bones? Tendons. Question 11. Which organ produces bile to digest fat? Liver. Question 12. How many chambers does the human heart have? Four. Question 13. What is the smallest bone in the body? Stapes. Question 14. Which sense organ detects light? Eye. Question 15. What gives skin and hair its color? Melanin. Question 16. Where is food broken down by strong acid? Stomach. Question 17. What is the longest bone in the body? Femur. Question 18. Which blood cells fight infection? White cells. Question 19. What organ sits behind the stomach, making insulin? Pancreas. Question 20. Roughly how long is the small intestine? Six meters. Question 21. Which eye part changes shape to focus up close? Lens. Question 22. Which gas do we breathe out more than we take in? Carbon dioxide. Question 23. Which bone protects the brain? Skull. Question 24. What carries messages between brain and body? Nerves. Question 25. Which tiny vessels connect arteries to veins? Capillaries. Question 26. What is the hardest substance in the body? Tooth enamel. Question 27. Which muscle beats non-stop for your whole life? Heart muscle. Question 28. How many pairs of ribs does a human have? 12. Question 29. What part of the brain controls balance? Cerebellum. Question 30. Where are red blood cells made? Bone marrow. Question 31. What is the colored ring around the pupil? Iris. Question 32. Which organ stores and concentrates bile? Gallbladder. Question 33. What protein makes hair, nails, and skin tough? Keratin. Question 34. How many taste categories can the tongue detect? 5. Question 35. Which vitamin does skin make from sunlight? Vitamin D. Question 36. What is the medical name for the voice box? Larynx. Question 37. Which blood type is the universal donor? Type O negative. Question 38. What is the largest artery in the body? Aorta. Question 39. Which brain lobe processes vision? Occipital. Question 40. What is the fluid part of blood called? Plasma. Question 41. Which gland is called the body's master gland? Pituitary. Question 42. What are the tiny air sacs in the lungs called? Alveoli. Question 43. Which cranial nerve wanders to the gut and heart? Vagus nerve. Question 44. What is the functional filtering unit of the kidney? Nephron. Question 45. Which skull bone holds the pituitary gland? Sphenoid. Question 46. What is the only bone not joined to another bone? Hyoid. Question 47. Which cells insulate nerves with a myelin sheath? Schwann cells. Question 48. What pigment turns an old bruise yellow? Bilirubin. Question 49. Which structure produces cerebrospinal fluid? Choroid plexus. Question 50. What is the most abundant protein in the body? Collagen. Score check. 40 or more, you're a true fan. 30 to 39, casual viewer. Under 30, time for a rewatch. Drop your score below and stick around for the next one.